Have you ever met a Virgo and thought, wow, they're so different from everyone else? Virgos, the sixth sign of the zodiac, are often seen as some of the most unique and enigmatic people. They have a reputation for being quirky, reserved, and downright weird at times. But what exactly makes them so special? In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the unusual traits that set Virgos apart from every other zodiac sign. Virgos are known for their attention to detail, their need for order, and their surprisingly intense loyalty. But behind those calm, composed exteriors lies a personality filled with contradictions, peculiarities, and hidden depths. Today, we'll explore 21 reasons why Virgos are truly unique, and some of these reasons might surprise you. Before we begin, make sure to drop your zodiac sign and birth date in the comments. I'll be reading them throughout the video. Let's jump right into the first reason. And trust me, it will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about Virgos. Reason number 21, Virgos thrive under pressure. One of the most unusual traits of Virgos is their ability to thrive under pressure. Most people freeze, panic, or even break down in stressful situations, but not Virgo. When faced with challenges or pressure, they seem to enter a whole new zone of clarity and determination. Stress doesn't overwhelm them, instead, it fuels their focus and efficiency. Have you ever seen a Virgo in action during a crisis? It's almost like they have a hidden superpower. While everyone around them may be struggling to keep it together, Virgos remain eerily calm, as if they have some kind of secret formula to solve problems under duress. It's not that they don't feel the pressure, of course, they do, but Virgos process stress differently. Rather than panicking, they analyze the situation and break it down into manageable parts. This ability to remain composed when everyone else is losing their cool can make Virgos seem almost otherworldly. It's a strange and impressive trait that sets them apart from other signs. For example, I remember a time when my Virgo friend was dealing with a major work deadline. Everyone in the office was stressed out, running around trying to finish their tasks. But my Virgo friend, calmly sipping their coffee, methodically checked off each task on their to-do list, making it look effortless. I was in awe of how they managed to stay so calm, while others were panicking. This is what makes Virgos so intriguing. Stress doesn't break them, it powers them. Reason number 20, Virgos are incredibly patient. Virgos are known for their patience, which can often seem almost unnatural. They can remain calm and composed, even in frustrating situations where most people would lose their temper. Whether it's waiting in long lines or dealing with difficult people, Virgos have a remarkable ability to keep their cool. This level of patience may seem robotic or even emotionally detached to others. It's as though Virgos have mastered the art of remaining unaffected by external annoyances. While most of us would snap after being pushed too far, Virgos take a step back, analyze the situation, and then respond with measured thoughts. Their approach can feel weirdly calculated and detached. They might seem like they're not affected by anything, but in reality, they're just processing their emotions at a slower pace than others. I've seen this trait in my Virgo friend during family gatherings. While everyone else was arguing over trivial things, they remained calm, listened carefully, and then offered solutions that no one else had considered. Their unshakable patience often made them seem like the voice of reason, and while that's admirable, it also made others wonder if they were truly unaffected or just suppressing their feelings. But when pushed too far, Virgo's rare outbursts can catch everyone off guard, proving that even their legendary patience has its limits. Reason number 19, Virgos value family and friends deeply. Virgos are deeply committed to their loved ones. They place family and friends above everything else and will go to great lengths to ensure the people they care about are happy and supported. This dedication can sometimes seem excessive, as Virgos organize their lives around the needs of others. Have you ever noticed how Virgo will remember every little detail about their loved ones? From their favorite foods to their birthdays, they seem to know it all. This kind of attention can come off as obsessive, but to Virgos, it's just their way of showing love and care. They want to create harmony and provide emotional security for those close to them. It's almost as if Virgos can't help but make sure everyone around them feels safe and valued. However, this level of devotion can also feel overwhelming to some. Virgos have a tendency to involve themselves deeply in the lives of their family and friends, often to the point of being overbearing. I once had a Virgo friend who meticulously planned every detail of a family event, from the seating arrangements to the meal plan. While everyone appreciated the effort, it also felt like they were trying too hard to be the perfect host. Virgo's selflessness can sometimes come across as invasive, making others question how they maintain such unwavering loyalty. Reason number 18, Virgos ask too many questions on dates. When it comes to dating, Virgos approach it like a detective on a mission. They have a tendency to ask probing questions, seeking to understand their partner's personality, history, and values. While this curiosity comes from a genuine desire to connect, it can make dating with a Virgo feel like a job interview rather than a romantic outing. I had a Virgo friend who, on their first date, asked their partner about their childhood memories, career goals, and past relationships. It felt more like a therapy session than a casual dinner date. Virgos want to understand every detail about the person they're with, and this relentless curiosity can sometimes feel overbearing to them. Building a deep, meaningful connection is crucial, but their method of questioning can make others feel uncomfortable or even intimidated. For Virgos, this desire for clarity and understanding often outweighs the usual romantic spontaneity. They prefer to know exactly what they're getting into before fully opening their hearts. While this approach might seem odd to others, it's just part of the Virgo method for creating lasting, meaningful relationships. Reason number 17, Virgos struggle with their own problems despite being excellent problem solvers for others. Virgos often struggle when it comes to solving their own problems. It's like they have all the answers when it comes to helping friends, family, or even strangers. But when faced with their own dilemmas, they tend to overthink, second-guess themselves, and become paralyzed by indecision. It's almost as if their clarity disappears when it's their own issues on the line. I've seen Virgos who can calmly resolve complicated situations for their friends but become completely overwhelmed when faced with a personal challenge. They analyze every possible outcome, which leads to procrastination and hesitation. This can be frustrating for others who look to them for guidance, but it's a weird paradox that makes Virgos both relatable and puzzling. For example, a Virgo friend of mine once spent weeks debating whether to change jobs. Despite being the go-to person for career advice in our group, they couldn't make a decision about their own future. It's as though their sharp mind loses its edge when it comes to their own problems, and instead, they're left in a whirlwind of self-doubt. Reason number 16, Virgos move slowly in love when it comes to matters of the heart. Virgos are cautious and deliberate. Unlike other signs that dive into relationships headfirst, Virgos take their time, carefully assessing whether the connection is genuine before they fully commit. This slow-moving approach to love can be frustrating for partners who may be eager for a deeper emotional connection. It's not that Virgos aren't interested, they just want to be absolutely certain that the relationship is built on a solid foundation before they invest fully. This slow pace is often due to past experiences that have made Virgos wary of rushing into things. They need to feel secure and comfortable before opening up emotionally. While some might see this as a lack of interest, it's really just a sign of Virgo's careful, thoughtful nature. Once they feel safe, however, their affection and loyalty shine brightly, proving that their cautious approach was worth the wait. I remember a time when a Virgo friend of mine started dating someone new. At first, they were reserved and careful, not showing much affection. Their partner thought they were uninterested, but in reality, my Virgo friend was just taking their time to assess the relationship. Once they were confident, they became deeply affectionate and committed. Their slow approach to love may have seemed strange to others, but it's just the Virgo way. Reason number 15, apology gifts don't work on Virgos. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you've upset a Virgo, don't think that buying them an apology gift will fix things. In fact, they might find the gesture downright weird. Unlike other people who might be swayed by a thoughtful gift or grand gesture, Virgos believe that an apology should come from genuine words and actions, not material things. Virgos are incredibly discerning, and they can see through superficial gestures. A shiny gift won't erase the hurt they feel, it might even irritate them further. For Virgo, an apology has to be sincere and heartfelt. They value accountability above all else, and they expect others to own up to their mistakes with genuine remorse, not just through material compensation. I remember one occasion when a Virgo friend was upset with me, and I tried to make it right by giving them a small gift. Instead of accepting it graciously, they turned it down, explaining that they would prefer a sincere apology rather than a material gesture. While it was a bit awkward, I realized that Virgos value authenticity over appearances. It's one of the reasons why their relationships are so meaningful. They expect the truth, even when it's difficult. Reason number 14, Virgos have an emotional guard. Virgos are known for being emotionally reserved. They don't open up easily, and even those closest to them often struggle to understand what's going on in their minds. This emotional guard can make Virgos seem cold, distant, or even unapproachable at times. It's not that they lack emotions, rather, they simply prefer to process their feelings privately. Virgos don't trust easily, and they need time to feel comfortable before revealing their true selves. To most people, this emotional reserve may come across as a mystery, as if Virgos are hiding something. But in reality, they just want to protect themselves. They are deeply private individuals who prefer to keep their emotions under control rather than wear their hearts on their sleeves. Once they do open up, however, it's a rare and valuable connection. I've seen this in action with a Virgo friend who had a lot on their mind but didn't share it with anyone for weeks. They were going through a tough time but chose to process it privately rather than lean on others. Eventually, when they felt ready, they opened up and explained their feelings. It was clear that their emotional guard wasn't about being distant, it was about feeling secure before being vulnerable. Reason number 13, communication is key for Virgos. Virgos are known for their exceptional communication skills, but sometimes this can come across as too intense. For Virgos, communication is not just about exchanging words, it's about clarity, precision, and understanding. They thrive on deep intellectual conversations and often feel uncomfortable when communication is lacking. Misunderstandings or vague statements are things Virgos can't tolerate, and they'll often go out of their way to clarify things. This need for clear, effective communication can sometimes make Virgos seem overly critical or even nitpicky. They value precision and logic in every conversation, which can make them appear rigid or demanding, especially if they're correcting misunderstandings or asking for more details. It's not that they're trying to control the conversation, they simply want to make sure they fully understand what's being said, and that there's no room for ambiguity. I recall having a conversation with a Virgo friend about a movie we'd both seen. While everyone else was content with a simple "it was good," my Virgo friend wanted to analyze every detail, plot points, character development, and even cinematography. At first, I thought it was a bit much, but soon I realized that for them, communication was about getting to the heart of the matter and making sure they truly understood the subject at hand. Reason number 12, earning Virgo's trust changes everything. Convincing a Virgo that you're worthy of their trust can take time. But once you've earned it, the transformation is striking. Virgos are naturally skeptical and cautious, and they don't let their guard down easily. They carefully observe people before deciding who to trust, and only once they feel secure do they allow others to see their true selves. Once a Virgo trusts you, however, they'll open up in a way that can catch you off guard. It's like discovering a whole new side of them, one that's vulnerable, expressive, and deeply genuine. This sudden shift from being reserved to completely transparent can seem paradoxical, but it's just the Virgo way. They don't let people in easily, but when they do, it's a rare and special bond. I experienced this with a Virgo friend who was initially very closed off. They didn't share much about their personal life, and it seemed like they were always holding back. But over time, as our friendship grew, they gradually started to open up. It was like witnessing a transformation. One moment they were distant, and the next, they were sharing their most personal thoughts and feelings. It was a beautiful, albeit strange, moment that really illustrated the depth of Virgo's personality. Reason number 11, Virgos prefer staying in. Virgos are homebodies by nature. While many people enjoy social outings and adventures, Virgos find comfort in the familiar. They prefer quiet nights at home, surrounded by a calm, organized environment. Whether it's reading a book, organizing their space, or enjoying a deep conversation with a loved one, Virgos find joy in simplicity and solitude. To others, this preference for staying in might seem boring or antisocial, but for Virgos, it's a choice that reflects their grounded, practical nature. They don't need constant stimulation or excitement to feel fulfilled. Instead, they cherish the quiet moments of life, where they can relax, recharge, and enjoy meaningful connections with the people they care about. I remember once inviting a Virgo friend to a party, but they declined, saying they'd rather stay in and watch a documentary. At first, I was a bit surprised, but then I realized that for Virgos, staying in isn't about avoiding people, it's about finding peace in their own space. It's a quirk that sets them apart from those who constantly crave social interaction. Reason number 10, friendship comes before love. For Virgos, friendship is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. Before diving into romance, they need to know that their partner is also a trusted friend. This slow and deliberate approach to love can feel frustrating to those who are looking for immediate romantic sparks or passion. However, Virgos believe that a solid foundation of mutual trust and understanding is essential before they can open their hearts fully. Virgos are often wary of jumping into a relationship too quickly. They need to be sure that the connection is genuine, and they want to build a friendship first. This might seem odd to some people who expect instant chemistry or sparks, but for Virgos, a strong friendship is the best predictor of long-term success in a relationship. I remember a time when I was dating a Virgo, and they insisted that we take things slow, focusing on developing a deeper connection first. At first, I didn't understand. But as our friendship grew stronger, I realized just how important this approach was to them. By the time we entered a romantic phase, we had already built a deep and lasting bond, which made the relationship much more meaningful. Virgos may not rush into love, but when they do, it's because they know that it's built on something real. Reason number 9, Virgos' obsession with order. Virgos are notoriously meticulous and detail-oriented. Their obsession with order often extends to every aspect of their lives, from their home to their work, to even their social circles. Virgos thrive on structure, and their need for precision can sometimes make them seem overly rigid or excessive to others. This need for order isn't just about being neat or organized. It's about creating harmony and eliminating chaos. Virgos have an uncanny ability to notice the smallest imperfections, and they won't rest until everything is perfectly in its place. While some might see this as an unnecessary obsession with perfection, to Virgos, it's a way of feeling grounded and in control. I once visited a Virgo friend's house, and everything was color-coded and organized down to the smallest detail. Their bookshelf wasn't just alphabetized, it was organized by genre, color, and size. At first, it seemed a bit extreme, but as I spent more time there, I understood that this order gave them a sense of calm and control. For Virgos, structure is not about being controlling, it's about maintaining balance and order in an often chaotic world. Reason number 8, Virgos don't want solutions. They want companionship. One of the quirkiest things about Virgos is their approach to relationships. They don't want someone to solve their problems. They want someone to face life's challenges alongside them. This might seem strange to people who expect their partner to provide solutions or make their life easier. But for Virgos, the ideal relationship is one where both people are partners in growth and resilience. Virgos don't expect their partner to have all the answers. Instead, they value someone who will listen, empathize, and offer support without trying to fix everything. This dynamic can feel unusual or even frustrating to people who are used to traditional roles of support, where one person takes the lead in solving problems. For Virgos, the most fulfilling relationships are those where both individuals are equally involved in facing life's difficulties. I've seen this with my Virgo friends who never want to hear "don't worry, I'll fix it for you." Instead, they just want to talk about the situation, share their feelings, and have someone by their side. While this can be challenging for those who like to take action and solve problems, it also creates a deep sense of mutual understanding and emotional connection. Reason number 7, Virgos' intense parenting style. When Virgos become parents, their perfectionist tendencies reach a whole new level. They are incredibly dedicated to ensuring their children have the best opportunities, but this can often come with high expectations that can feel overwhelming. Virgo parents are known for being critical, pushing their children to excel in every area of life, academics, extracurriculars, and even personal development. While their intentions are always rooted in love and the desire for their children's success, Virgos' demanding nature can sometimes create friction. Their children might feel scrutinized or even unappreciated, as Virgos' high standards can leave little room for error. But as Virgo parents guide their children towards success, they also instill values of hard work, responsibility, and discipline. I have a Virgo friend who is a parent, and they are constantly planning their child's future, from enrolling them in various activities to setting high academic goals. Virgo parents are always striving for excellence. While their child may feel pressured at times, they later come to appreciate their parents' guidance and the lessons learned from Virgos' dedication. Reason number 6, Virgos are hard to impress. Virgos are notoriously hard to impress. While many people get excited by grand gestures or flashy displays of affection, Virgos remain calm and unfazed. They have a keen eye for detail and can see through superficial charm. To Virgos, what matters most is substance and authenticity, not material possessions or outward appearances. This makes Virgos seem distant or even aloof at times. They won't be swayed by superficial compliments or flashy gifts. Instead, they appreciate meaningful gestures that align with their values. For Virgo, a thoughtful, well-crafted gift or a sincere act of kindness is far more valuable than anything extravagant or over the top. I remember trying to impress a Virgo friend with an expensive gift, but they weren't impressed. Instead, they appreciated the effort I put into a homemade gift that showed my thoughtfulness and care. Virgos don't need grand displays to feel valued, they prefer authenticity and meaningful connections. Reason number 5, Virgo women keep things to themselves. Virgo women, in particular, have a tendency to keep their feelings and thoughts to themselves. Even though they may have close friends or partners, there's always a part of them that remains hidden. They are naturally private and often keep their emotional life guarded, only sharing what they feel comfortable revealing. This reserved nature can sometimes be frustrating for those who want to get closer to them. It's not that Virgo women don't trust others, it's just that they feel a sense of freedom in holding on to their secrets. They want to maintain control and independence, revealing their true selves only when they feel absolutely safe and ready. I know a Virgo woman who rarely talks about her personal life. She's friendly and open with others but keeps her deeper emotions and thoughts private. It took me a while to realize that this wasn't about being closed off, it was about self-preservation. Virgo women value their autonomy and only share their vulnerabilities when they feel secure enough to do so. Reason number 4, Virgos observe at parties. Virgos are often the observers in social gatherings. While many people enjoy being the life of the party, dancing, and making conversation, Virgos prefer to sit back and watch. They analyze people's behaviors, picking up on subtle social cues that others may miss. This can sometimes make them seem out of place or even antisocial. But it's just how Virgos process the world around them. Virgos don't need the spotlight to feel validated. Instead, they find comfort in quiet observation. They enjoy learning about the dynamics of a group, figuring out who's talking to whom and why, and noticing the nuances of social interactions. For Virgos, parties aren't about making noise or being seen, they're about understanding the people around them and finding deeper meaning in the interactions. I once went to a party with a Virgo friend, and while everyone was mingling and dancing, they found a quiet spot in the corner, watching the group closely. At first, I thought they were being antisocial. But later they told me how much they enjoyed observing the dynamics and how much they learned about people from just watching. Virgos don't need to be in the middle of the action to appreciate the environment, they prefer to analyze and understand. Reason number 3, Virgos love keeping secrets. Virgos are renowned for their ability to keep secrets. When someone entrusts them with personal information, Virgos take that responsibility seriously and guard it fiercely. They view secrecy as a sign of respect and loyalty, and they are one of the most dependable signs when it comes to discretion. For Virgos, keeping a secret isn't just about remaining silent, it's about honoring the trust placed in them. They are extremely trustworthy, and once you've shared something with a Virgo, you can rest assured that it will remain between the two of you. This makes them great confidants, but their intense commitment to keeping secrets can sometimes feel strange to people who are more open or casual about sharing personal information. I remember when a Virgo friend of mine asked me to keep a secret, and I knew without a doubt that they would honor that request. Their loyalty and discretion were unmatched. and it made me feel safe knowing they would protect my privacy. While others might view this behavior as overly serious or secretive, it's just another way Virgos show their loyalty and integrity. Reason number 2, Virgos' unmatched loyalty. Virgos' loyalty is one of their most powerful and often misunderstood traits. When you earn a Virgo's trust, they will stick by you through thick and thin. They are fiercely dedicated to those they care about and will go to great lengths to ensure their loved ones are safe and happy. However, this loyalty can seem strangely intense to others. Virgos don't take their commitments lightly, and when they make a promise, they keep it. Their sense of responsibility to others can feel overwhelming at times, especially when they are deeply involved in the lives of their friends and family. Virgo's loyalty isn't just about sticking around when things are easy, it's about standing by your side, no matter what challenges arise. I experienced this firsthand when a Virgo friend stood by me during a difficult time in my life. No matter how hard things got, they never wavered in their support. They listened, offered advice, and were always there when I needed them. Their loyalty was unwavering, and it was something I came to deeply appreciate. Virgos may seem like they're holding back at times, but when they're committed, they are all in. Reason number 1, Virgos' financial caution. Virgos are incredibly cautious when it comes to money, and this can seem weird in a world where impulsive spending is often celebrated. Virgos don't splurge on unnecessary luxuries or make reckless financial decisions. Instead, they plan carefully, save diligently, and make sure that their finances are stable before taking any risks. This careful approach to money often makes Virgos seem overly frugal or boring to others. But for Virgos, it's all about security and peace of mind. They take pride in their ability to budget and live within their means, finding joy in the simplicity of managing their finances responsibly. While others might indulge in spontaneous purchases, Virgos are thinking ahead, making sure they are prepared for whatever the future holds. I have a Virgo friend who is incredibly disciplined with money. They keep a strict budget, save for the future, and avoid unnecessary expenses. While it sometimes feels like they're too cautious, I admire their foresight and financial stability. Virgos are always thinking long-term, and their careful approach to money reflects their practical, grounded nature. As we reach the end of this section, it's clear that Virgos are not your typical zodiac sign. They are filled with contradictions, loyal yet reserved, meticulous yet emotionally guarded. These traits make them both fascinating and perplexing to those who try to understand them. But what really stands out is their unwavering commitment to the people they care about and their dedication to living a well-ordered life. Virgos may seem weird, but their unique quirks are what make them so special. They might not always be the loudest in the room, but their actions speak volumes about their loyalty, intelligence, and depth. In the next part, we'll explore even more of the peculiarities that make Virgos one of the most misunderstood and interesting signs in the zodiac. Call to action: what do you think about Virgos' loyalty and financial caution? Do you have a Virgo in your life who fits this description? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Path to Buddhist Wisdom for more in-depth content on astrology and personal growth. Stay tuned for the final part, where we'll uncover even more insights into the Virgo personality.